Good morning, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Matt Holiner. Well, there's a chance of freezing rain later today that could cause some travel issues across the region. Let's get right to your hour-by-hour forecast. I think the earliest that precipitation could start to fall is around 3 o'clock this afternoon, and I do think that it'll be freezing rain, where it's falling as rain, looks like rain, but when it hits the surface, it turns to ice. So the precipitation chance starts about 3 o'clock. I think the peak of the activity is 6 o'clock this afternoon. Now, notice it's going to be scattered and it's going to be light. So there could be breaks. It could rain for a little bit and there'll be a little bit of ice and then it'll stop, and there could be a little bit more rain and drizzle and some more ice will form and then it'll stop. And it's possible there could be a few spots that miss out completely. That's the nature of these scattered showers. And during this time, our temperatures at the surface are going to keep rising above freezing. So there's going to be a transition from the freezing rain to just plain rain. And I do think that happens for the entire area probably about 9 o'clock this evening. So I'm most concerned about that 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. window across Chicagoland. I think by 9 p.m. everybody's temperatures are going to be above freezing at that point. And so any ice that's accumulated will also start to melt. So that's some good news. You jump ahead to midnight and notice how it's just rain showers, but notice a little patch of blue showing up there along the Illinois-Indiana border. There is a possibility, as our temperatures actually around midnight start to fall again, that the rain, as it pushes out of here, could transition to a few snow flurries. Not any kind of significant accumulation. If you see snow flurries, we're talking about a quick dusting, but that is going to be it. I bet there'll still be some isolated rain snow flurries around 3 a.m. I think the model a little too fast pushing the activity out here, but I do think by 6 a.m. Sunday morning, we're completely dry across the area. So how much ice accumulation are we talking about? Fortunately, this is not going to be a crippling ice storm by any means. We're talking about a few hundredths of an inch. But unfortunately, just a few hundredths of an inch can sometimes cause issues. Now, I think our major roads are going to be okay. Crews are real good about treating those, and those major roads tend to be a little bit warmer than other surfaces. So what I'm concerned about are bridges, overpasses, secondary roads, those roads that don't get traveled as much. They're going to be a little bit colder, and they'll have an opportunity to develop some icy spots. Other things that are going to get ice accumulation, maybe your car. You could get a little glaze of ice on the windshield that you might have to chip off with the old ice scraper. That's a possibility. A little bit of ice accumulation on plants and on sidewalks. So if you're going to be walking out to your car, be careful. There could be some icy spots on your driveway or in a parking lot, for example. Those are the things that we tend to see when we just have a few hundredths of an inch. I will say there probably is going to be a little bit more ice accumulation to the south and east and northwest Indiana. The closer you live to the lake, closer to Chicago, temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer. I think we're going to rise above freezing a little bit sooner. So places that stay below freezing the longest are going to have the most ice accumulation by a little bit. Again, we're talking about subtle differences here, but I do think there could end up being like a little bit more ice accumulation in Valparaiso, for example, than Hammond. I wouldn't rule that out just because Valparaiso is probably going to stay below freezing for a little bit longer. So to summarize everything, again, we're talking about isolated freezing rain during the afternoon today, after 3 o'clock. Until then, it's going to be dry. The cloud cover is going to be increasing. I know a lot of sun this morning, but the clouds are going to be thickening up. Windy this afternoon, gusts around 30 miles per hour. High temperatures, okay, we're starting in the teens this morning, and we're actually not going to see our high temperatures notice until 9, 10, 11 o'clock tonight. So temperatures are going to keep rising into the evening hours, and when the precipitation starts, they're still going to be below freezing. So that's why there's going to be this opportunity for freezing rain. But then during the evening, we finally get above freezing, and we see our highest temperatures briefly in the mid-30s before they start coming back down again. Again, the best opportunity is probably in that, if I had to pick a peak time, maybe 6 to 9 p.m. for that scattered freezing rain. But after that 9 p.m. time frame, then it's just going to be some leftover rain and perhaps a few snow flurries. Still going to be breezy. Hammond, Crown Point, Portage, Valparaiso early this evening. And notice that temperatures don't come down a lot during the overnight hours. We do drop back into the upper 20s. I do think, though, notice that the low temperatures tonight are the same as our high temperatures tomorrow, because we're going to start in the upper 20s tomorrow morning, and temperatures are going to be falling through the day, all the way to the mid-teens by 7 o'clock in the evening. So don't expect it to get any warmer during the day Sunday. It's only going to be getting colder. And then, though the winds died down for Saturday night, notice they picked back up for Sunday afternoon. It's going to get breezy again to make it feel even colder. Gusts are going to be around 25 miles per hour.